In this video, Argentina citizenship by marriage, including civil unions. We're going to be diving into a step-by-step process for obtaining Argentina citizenship by marriage, and we're also going to cover how civil unions work in this process. So whether you're looking to become a citizen by marrying an Argentine or through a legally recognized civil union, this video will have everything you need, including official guidelines from certified lawyers. So let's start with the most common question. Can you obtain Argentine citizenship through marriage or civil union? The answer is yes. Argentina offers a pathway to citizenship for those married to or in a legally recognized civil union, also known as a unión convivencial, with an Argentine citizen. However, the process involves more than just saying, I do. You'll need to meet specific documentation and legal requirements. But here's the good news. There's no fixed residency requirement if you're married to or have children with an Argentine citizen. This is huge. This means that the normal 2-year residency path to citizenship that other people have to do is waived in the case where you are married to an Argentine and you essentially get automatic citizenship. Obviously, there are steps in terms of collecting documents and doing paperwork, but it's essentially automatic, which is incredible, which makes it really an absolute no-brainer for anyone married to an Argentine or in a civil union with an Argentine citizen. Next, let's talk about the requirements, right? So let's break down the basic requirements for both marriage and civil unions in Argentina. So who qualifies? Any foreign national married to an Argentine citizen, either native or naturalized, is eligible to apply for Argentine citizenship. Similarly, foreign nationals in a legally registered unión convivencial, also known as a civil union, with an Argentine citizen, can also apply for citizenship. Okay? The piece about native or naturalized is huge because that means, if you became a naturalized citizen of Argentina, you could then pass that along to your spouse without the spouse having to do the 2 years of residency in Argentina. Okay? So both native-born Argentines as well as naturalized Argentines can confer citizenship to their partners. Next, let's talk about the residency requirement in a bit more detail. So again, there is no residency requirement. Unlike many countries, honestly, most countries, Argentina does not require a specific period of residency for spouses or civil union partners before you can apply for citizenship. You can apply for citizenship immediately after the marriage or civil union is registered, as long as all documentation is in order. So what documentation do you need? To start the application process, you'll need to gather the following documents: the birth certificate, duly legalized with an apostille. You'll need the marriage certificate or the civil union certificate, which also needs to be apostilled if issued outside of Argentina. You're going to need a copy of your DNI, the Argentine ID or international passport, in order to prove the identity of the Argentine citizen. You're going to need the criminal record certificate from your home country. This must also be apostilled and cover any countries that you have lived in for over 6 months in the last 3 years. So the big thing is you're going to need 3 years of criminal record background checks. Some countries issue a 5-year check. Some countries issue a 2-year check. So this is something that you're definitely going to want to, make sure you get right in terms of the details. Next, you're going to need a criminal record check from Argentina, from what's called the Registro Nacional de Reincidencia. You'll need to obtain this within Argentina by attending an appointment where you'll provide your fingerprints and receive the document within hours. We also have, by the way, MyLatinLife, we're an immigration firm, and we have lawyers and power of attorneys that can help a lot of these processes so you don't have to be, running around yourself. Next, you're going to need a certificate of domicile. You can obtain this from the local police station by providing proof of residence, like a rental contract or utility bill. You're going to need to provide proof of livelihood. This could be a work contract, pay stubs, or proof of self-employment income. And then, if applicable, Argentine-born children's birth certificates. So if you have children with your Argentine spouse, include copies of their birth certificates to strengthen your case. And even if the kids weren't born in Argentina, if they were born elsewhere, showing that both parents are on the same birth certificate definitely helps, strengthen the case that it's a legit relationship. So there right there was 8 documents that you're going to need. That's not a 100% exhaustive list. Hopefully it doesn't seem too intimidating. It's honestly pretty standard stuff. But again, just want to mention MyLatinLife, we can help process your Argentine citizenship. And as part of our fee, as part of our service, we'll help you with all the record collection as well. So you don't have to worry about things. We're going to help you every step of the way. Next, let's talk about how to submit your citizenship application. So once you have all the necessary documents, it's time to submit your application at the Juzgado Civil, the civil court. So you'll make an appointment, that's step 1. Make a request for an appointment by email at your nearest Juzgado Civil. Once approved, you must show up in person to submit your documents. In Buenos Aires, you can go to the Cámara Nacional de Apelaciones en lo Civil y Comercial Federal, located at Talcahuano 550. For other locations, visit the nearest federal court in your area. And by the way, our lawyers can, tell you where to go for the appointment, so you don't have to use so much mental space thinking about this stuff. Step 2, submission process. Submit the documents in person. A lawyer can accompany you but cannot submit the paperwork on your behalf. After submission, the court will issue instructions for taking your fingerprints. This might take some time, usually 1 to 2 months, and during this period, you're encouraged to stay in Argentina to, kind of show your ties to the country. Then step 3, there's a newspaper publication requirement. Your application must be publicly announced in a national newspaper as required by law. This step helps ensure transparency in the citizenship process. Next, let's talk about obtaining the citizenship certificate, also known as the Carta de Ciudadanía. So once all the required documents are submitted and the process is complete, the court will issue your Carta de Ciudadanía, your citizenship certificate. This legal document officially makes you an Argentine citizen. Now, I know it's common to think that you only become a citizen when you get that passport in your hands, but again, a passport is just a travel document. What actually makes you a citizen is a citizenship certificate, and then once you have the certificate, then you can order the passport. So there's also going to be a vowing in ceremony, so you'll need to appear in court to take a formal oath of allegiance to Argentina. Make sure you're able to enter Argentina when the court schedules this step, especially if you need a visa to travel to the country. And then you'll get your new identity documents. Once you have the Carta de Ciudadanía, you can apply for your Documento Nacional de Identidad, the DNI, and your Argentine passport. This finalizes your status as an Argentine citizen. Next, let's talk about how to get your Argentine passport and the DNI. So after receiving your citizenship certificate, the next steps are getting your Argentine passport and DNI. So step 1 is going to be to request an appointment. You can request an appointment through the Registro Nacional de las Personas. They have a website, and there's also an app called the Mi Argentina app. I haven't used it personally, but that's another option. And then during your appointment, you'll need to bring your Carta de Ciudadanía along with all the necessary documents to finalize the processing of your DNI and passport. Then step 2 is more fingerprinting. At the personas office, that your fingerprints will be recorded again. You'll have to get your photo taken for your new DNI and passport. And then step 3 is document issuance. After processing, you can either pick up your new DNI and passport, or they may be delivered to your residence. Next, let's talk about a couple extra important considerations. So let's touch upon a couple important points to keep in mind during this process. One is going to be the language requirement. People are definitely going to ask, is there a Spanish test? So while there is no formal Spanish language test for citizenship, you'll need to demonstrate a basic understanding of Spanish during interviews and when dealing with the court. So it's good to know at least a little bit, at bare minimum, get your buenos dias, buenas tardes down, but the more Spanish you speak, the more integrated you're going to look. It's going to make the whole thing a lot smoother because, look at it from their perspective. If you were, working in the office and someone comes in and they don't know a lick of Spanish, that's not conducive to success. So there is no actual formal Spanish requirement, but it's only going to help you to know a little bit. And then another thing is marriage fraud prevention is taken seriously in Argentina, as well as really every country that allows these type of processes. But I would say particularly for Argentina, because there's no physical presence requirement, they have to put some checks and balances here. So the Argentine government is strict about ensuring that marriages or civil unions for citizenship purposes are genuine. So be prepared to provide proof of your relationship, such as shared residence documents, joint bills, anything you can show to demonstrate, a long-term relationship, okay? So, becoming an Argentine citizen through marriage or civil union offers a straightforward path to citizenship with significant benefits. You won't need to fulfill a long residency requirement, but careful planning and preparation of all necessary documents is key. If you're ready to move forward with your citizenship journey, make sure to consult a lawyer or immigration expert to ensure you're following the latest procedures. So book a call with MyLatinLife to get started. There will be a link in the description to this video. You can book a call with us. We'll answer any burning questions you have about the process. You'll officially become our client, and we'll get this whole ball rolling for you so that you can get your Argentine passport as soon as possible. Okay? If you have any further questions, you can leave some comments below as well, and we'll do our best to answer any questions in the comments. If you've successfully gone through this process, leave a comment too. We'd love to hear about your experience, maybe any funny stories that you had along the way. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more videos about global mobility and citizenship, particularly in Latin America. We cover all of Latin America, and we drop new videos every day. We also have a podcast where we drop 2 new podcast episodes every week with amazing guests. See you in the next video.